Welcome back everyone to more Lord of the Rings Online. I was helping out some of these merchants here from Mirkwood in the last episode, and I'm going to just finish up with them. I do need to help at least one more guy fix the boats with some mud, and then we're probably going to vector off into another little camp here. So, that being said, let's go do that. I need to go find clay and collect reeds. I'm getting a little laggy here. That is unfortunate. Bunch of strawberries here. Not interested in that. Creeping mud. Looks like it's the last location I have to discover here for my deed. And where do I collect the mud? Is it from the... Do I need to kill these guys? No, I don't. Oh, there we go. I just basically interact with these things. Collecting reeds, collecting mud. We're gonna fix those boats for those lazy merchants. They really are quite lazy. I mean, it all culminated to the epicness at the end of the last episode where the guy was like, oh yeah, by the way, that big band of Easterlings that said they're gonna come kill us, could you just like go in there by yourself and kill them all? You know, just casually stroll in there, kill everybody by yourself. The things we do for quest points here. There's no such things as quest points in Lord of the Rings Online. What am I talking about? Just trying to get my quest done here. Sometimes I have to get very creative with what I'm talking about. Because again, hundreds of episodes later, you know. Sometimes when I'm just running around collecting things, my mind kind of wanders a little bit. Okay, let's go use the supplies I collected to repair these boats. Let's do it.
What can I do for you?
You say you were attacked by great and venom insects at the burrow? That could bode ill for us, but it could also prove to be useful. Let me think upon it. As for the reeds and clay, these will do well, thank you. Of course he's gonna send me to kill some Grodbogs. Of course he is. Oh man.
Could I speak with you a moment?
The insects you discovered at the burrows are a great concern to me. Such sizable and venomous creatures are a source of fear and terror to my heart. Perhaps you might use your talents to rid us of this threat? Perhaps if the insects perceive a threat greater than themselves, they might not fancy a change in their natural fodder. Will you do this for me?
Stay a moment.
These insects you discovered at the burrows are a source of both great concern and great inspiration. To have such venomous creatures nearby is a cause for fear, but it may prove a boon as well. As you may be aware, we have been attacked by the creatures you call Avank, but have also been threatened by the men from the east whom you encroached upon these lands. Perhaps I could use the venom of these insects to make a poison to defend ourselves with. Would you return to the burrows and gather the venom sacs from the insects? Only the venom of the insects at the creeping mud will suffice. I know it seems harsh method of defense, but we are truly vulnerable in this place.
How can I be of service?
Your help is much appreciated, Kippen, but there is much yet to do. Okay, sounds good. Let me go kill some of the insects over in the northeast. Camera kind of bugged out there a little bit. I just love this game so much. I have such a good time playing it, and I am just so glad that I recorded this series, or at least started. You know, when I first started contemplating way back in the day, you know, my channel, I was just doing single-player games mostly, and I know that I had always loved Lord of the Rings Online. It has a special place in my heart, obviously. But when I started contemplating whether I could record a series for this, it was kind of crazy because, as you know, I like to do everything to 100% completion. But doing that at the scale of an MMO, as you can attest to by how many episodes I've recorded and how much work I put into this, that's a big project to tackle. So I really considered that before I started because I didn't want to leave something unfinished, you know. I didn't want to get to episode 500 or whatever and then realize that I don't want to continue anymore. And thankfully, I don't feel that way at all. I'm super excited to be recording this. I show no signs of stopping, unless there's another Tower of War thing, in which I have to find a raid group for 3 years. But you know what I mean. I'm just very glad that I sat down with myself back during that time and decided to record the series. And here we are, 500 something episodes later, and still having a great time. This nest shows signs of much recent activity. Perhaps it is the nest of the brood's queen? Disturbing it might produce the queen itself. You prod at the nest, producing some unexpected results.
While dealing with the marsh insects of the Rushgore on behalf of the stranded woodman, you discovered the nest of their queen. A discovery that yields unpleasant results.
So let me kill these little larvae, and thankfully that counts towards killing the insects and collecting the venom sacs. Very good. That way I don't have to hunt them down one at a time. They all just come to me. I'm assuming after a while some bigger ones are gonna pop out, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I do need to do something. Using that has no effect. My goodness. Where are these guys coming from? Interesting. There we go. They're getting a little bigger. Got some warriors here. Got another worker. Man, that thing is like flying to try to get at me. Let me see if these aggroed. Doesn't look like it. That one did. They're a little slow to come out. I do wish they would come out a little faster. Get the show on the road, you know. I'm ready to fight the queen. I'm assuming a big queen's gonna pop out at some point. There you go. Now these guys are active. That one is not, though. Oh, yeah, he became active. There we go. Very good. And there she is, the queen. Very cool design on her. I like the 4 different scythes that she has, basically. Queen of Queens. Okay. And it teleported me back here, which is great. Wonder of wonders. Many thanks, my friend. I have a terror of things that creep, and I thought I might awaken one morning to find myself within their terrible nests.
How can I be of service?
Aye, these will do nicely. I think I might indeed be able to make a poison to use as defense against those that threaten us. Thank you.
Greetings.
Indeed, you have fought and slain a mighty queen among the insect brood? This brings me great relief, though I know it is a matter of time before they breed another. Thank you. Alright, so no quests here anymore. We are ready to vector out to the next hub. Exciting. Very exciting. It's always fun to go to another area and see what sort of troubles and adventures are going to be there. Wait a minute, why am I going that way? Does that make sense? I guess it does. I have to warn them. I'm moving back west, and then I'm going to have to ride all the way east again. That's okay. That is okay.
What brings you to these lands?
This is terrible news, Kippen. With the brigands already returning, to have Easterlings also building their strength against us, I do not know how we shall survive.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Kippen, if these Kundalar are indeed descended from our foes of old, and that they are but the precursor of an invasion, their main force will likely be coming down through the Brownlands, from the passes in the east. We have a watch post there, which may be threatened. Would you go to Ethenburg in the Brownlands and warn Ceola? Our men there must not be taken unawares. Okay, so now we truly are vectoring out. So let's do it. Let me see all of this. I got all that. Completing lots of deeds. I feel like the finale for the season is going to give me a lot of trouble. The reason I say that is it takes so much work to edit those season finales where I show all the deeds and everything. It doesn't look like it. You wouldn't expect it. But it takes hours and hours to edit those. And obviously, I've been doing this channel for a while. I have thousands of videos up on my channel, so I've gotten very proficient with editing. But it still takes me a very long time. My God, do I remember the season finale for Moria, where I had to do all of the Moria deeds. That was a marathon for me to get through in terms of editing. Very cool, though. I really like this makeshift bridge here, leading up into the fortification in the Brownlands. Looks like something the Romans would build. The Romans, they were very notorious for building large wooden fortifications in their battlefields. They could construct something like this in a matter of a day. That's how good their engineers were.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
So it looks like I have opened up the last stables here in the Great River. So really, this is going to be the last little section. So we're getting close to the end of the season here, actually. So I may be doing all that editing for the deeds sooner than I wanted, but that's alright.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Akulf's intentions were noble, but this news comes late to us, Kippen. The Kundalar have already come. As well, brigands have taken up the highway to the north. We are surrounded at every turn, it seems.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
We had trouble enough already without the Kundalar crossing into the Brownlands, Kippen, but it is our duty to Theoden King to defend Rohan, and to that end, we will need your aid, stranger though you be. Would you grant us some small service before you continue to Edoras? I have a few tasks for you myself, but speak also with my lieutenants, for they have their own concerns which need to be addressed. You can find Twigga in the western part of the camp, and Dagbert in the southwest corner. Time is running short, Kippen. I fear too short.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Our scouts have been too frightened by the creatures of the Brownlands that I think that they have not been through their patrols. We have yet to learn the location of the brigand hideaway here. However, I deem we must find it soon, for if the brigands are not dealt with, I fear it will be impossible for us to even attempt to hinder the advance of the Kundalar. Would you make a patrol of the Brownlands and go see if you can learn the location of the brigands' encampment? You need not engage the enemy, only learn their location.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Among the other threats we face, there is one that I find difficult to believe and feel is more rumor than reality. A few of our less favorable scouts have claimed seeing trolls in the distance, and now many of the scouts fear to go out into the Brownlands. While you are out on patrol, would you keep a sharp eye out for any sign of trolls? If we can find no evidence of trolls, they might feel more secure, and I will have the evidence I need to discipline the rabble-rousers. Okay. So let me pick up some other quests here. Let me come up here and see what I can do. So it's just a watchtower, but you do get a nice view of the swamp here. Very cool. Might use that for my little icons. Just getting a little view here. Okay, anyways. Yeah, I have to make the icons for all the videos. And that's weird that the guard was the tower exit. And yeah, so sometimes it's nice to get some of the scenery so that I can use that to make the icons. Anyways.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
So, Ciolo has asked you to lend us aid. I cannot say that your help is unwanted here, Kippen. Many of the border guard throughout the region are genuinely roustabouts and ruffians sentenced to duty in these lands. But there are so many of us who were wrongly accused by Theoden King's counselor, Grima Wormtongue. I am responsible for the scouts, Kippen, and I am very concerned with the wildcats which range the Brownlands. They are vicious and attack our scouts without second glance. Would you hunt the cats in colder numbers? Perhaps they will learn that men do not provide the best meat. Alright, who else? We got another lieutenant here.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Hail, Warden. I hear that Ciolo has recruited you for service. I think one of your talents is just what we need. Ciolo, he does not believe that we should engage these Kundalar dogs directly. At least not until we deal with other threats in the land. But I say that we should take action against them now, lest their numbers grow stronger. To prove my point to Ciolo, would you go out and defeat a few of the Easterlings? They have a large war camp to the south, but their scouts range the Brownlands openly. Alright, looks like I've picked up all the quests that I can get for now. So let me head out and start doing them, as well as the epic quest, which is still active in the southeast corner. Okay, so I gotta kill a lot of these battle cats. Gotta kill Easterlings. Got a new deed. Man, there's gonna be a lot of deeds to do. A blue cast sorcerer. Interesting. Let me go ahead and just start blasting some of these down. Very good. Got an archer here. What is that? Gamal. I'm sure he's gonna come into play sooner or later for a quest. But I'll have to ignore him for now. Man, that lag is real right now. Yeah, I am lagging very much. Let me see. Let me just head towards the quest ring, as opposed to away from it. And I will kill one more sorcerer here. Brotherhood of the Mind. Interesting. Whatever that means. Okay, so I've killed those. Now I need to kill some more wild cats if I can find them. There's a captain. Looks very cool. Very cool design on these guys. Good job to whoever designed that over at the Standing Stone team. Alright, let me kill this cat. Their camp is pretty cool. You know, the Easterlings, they almost remind me of some of the tribes of the Asian steppe. Almost kind of like the Mongols here. Let me come in here so I can scout it out. You see. Guess I have to go over here. Oh my gosh, what is that? Is that a dragon? The corpse of an enormous beast lies broken on the ground. That's one of the fell beasts of the Nazgûl, it looks like, honestly. Let me talk to Nona first.
Oh, the reek of this creature overpowers the senses.
This must be the shape my men and I beheld as it plummeted from the sky.
What a terrible creature! Edbrit shivers, and his eyes go wide as he turns away from the dead beast. Is that riding gear? Did someone ride astride this terrible creature? And if so, where's the rider?
Something is wrong in this land. Oh, I can feel it.
See what I have found, Kippen? Something is wrong in this land and I can feel it. This must be why we are here. This is the reason for your dream. Remember the words of Suvulk, my father. Dreams have power. We ignore their warning at our peril. The beast is dead, but something wrote it, and that creature is not here. Your dream brought us here to keep that creature from doing a great evil, Kippen. I feel it in my very bones.
This is the reason for your dream. This is why we are here.
I have never seen a creature as terrible as this, lest it be the mighty worm my brother slew beneath Zudrugund. As you stare at the corpse of the massive beast and contemplate the mangled harness and its missing rider, a single word echoes in your mind. Nazgûl. Nona watches you closely. Do you know something about the rider of this beast, Kippen? Your face tells me it must be a creature of terrible power. We must find it. We must search for it throughout the land. Look for signs of its passage among the lands of the Great River. After we have scoured these lands, we will meet back here at this creature, Kippen. Let this purpose guide your steps. So I have to complete the deed, the vanished rider, and learn of the location of the missing Nazgûl. So... You should seek out and learn where the rider has gone. So let me talk with Nona and see what she has to say.
The creature that rode upon this beast is missing. We must find it.
Seek it through the lands next to the Great River to find people who may have seen signs of the passage. Alright, not entirely sure where to go for all that, but let me continue doing some of the quests here real quick. And we'll just kind of handle this one problem at a time. These cats, unfortunately, are a little sparse. Still need to kill 7 of them. And I got a quest item. You have found this collar upon one of the wild cats that roam the Brownlands. Its intricate design is unlike any you have seen before. Regardless, it is a sign that the cats are not native to the region. Twygo will want to know of this. Actually, I should have clicked that deed bestowed thing. Well, you know what? I'll just ignore that for now. You have found nothing here. So I'm wondering if that was in relation to that epic quest. Or never mind, I was asked to scout this location, so that's probably what that was. Let me go south. That's interesting. Very interesting. That looks kind of cool, actually. In the distance, you see a large easterly encampment. Very cool. And it looks like there are some tigers for me there. Or cats. I mean, I guess a tiger is a cat. Let me see about rounding a few more of these up. Looks like there's some horses here. Very interesting. Okay, I need to kill one more cat. And there's my victim. Very good. And I am out of here. Let me go all the way east to that corner and see what's going on there. There's definitely a quest ring. And this is to scout the 3rd patrol point. There's another camp. I'm sure I'm going to be very busy in these Brownlands with lots of quests. And an Ent, Gnarl Stump. Hello there, little one. My old eyes are not what they once were, but in these barren places, even I can see that you are not a creature to be feared. You may call me Norndos, or perhaps Gnarlstump, if it is easier for you. Tarum. I will not tell you my right name, and I do not expect yours. I have come to this place because here were once the gardens of the Entwives. The land was ruined long ago, and the gardens were lost. The Entwives went forth from this place, home, never to be seen again. I desire to find the Entwives, if they still remain, and hope to find some sign of their passing. Would you aid me? Take this Ent draft and pour it upon the desolation of the garden. If anything grows there, Tarun, it may help to identify who the gardens belong to. Interesting. So there are trolls here. So I need to put the Ent draft upon the ruined stuff. You have found a troll which has been turned to stone. Oh yeah, right there. Hello, Mr. Troll. This will be a good place to pour the draft. I am confused. Maybe I need to go in a little deeper? Yeah, a little more to the south. I'm gonna kill one of these trolls just because, maybe. Yeah, it looks like it definitely was a garden at some point in time. Not in the line of sight. This is awkward. Come on, Mr. Troll. Really, you're just gonna stand up there and not allow me line of sight to do my melee attacks? Well, I really regret attacking him. Very much so. What an awkward position. Okay, let me see. Let me just get on my pony. Let's see if I can find another place to pour the draft. According to my map, maybe a little bit this way. There we go. Nothing happens when you pour the Ent draft. So maybe up here a little bit. Ah, there's a flower here. Lone flower. This large white flower is beautiful to behold, but most wondrous of all is that it is growing in a barren and corrupt earth in the Brownlands. The Ent Gnarlstump will surely want to see this. Kind of reminds me of that deed in the old forest. Kind of find all the flowers. You guys remember that, for sure you do. Let me see where my next quest ring is. Kind of looks like it's that way, a little to the south. Here, maybe? A little more that way. Oh, come on. I hate having to find, like, the precise spot to stand in. There we go. And what happened there? Nothing happened with the draft. Let me see where the next quest ring is. Basically right here. Nothing happens. Next one is a little further up. Very good. Nothing happens, but when you pour the Ent draft, but you do see a large white flower growing in the garden. Okay, so I guess it was mainly trying to guide me to that quest. So let's go speak with our friend Gnarlstump. Really, I can't jump over that? What is this that you got found, little hobbit? This flower is a breed grown in Fimberthil, mate of the eldest of my kind. While it does not speak of the passage of the Entwives, Fangorn will be pleased to know that such flowers still live in this world. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't complete the other one? Really? I still had to pour more? I just assumed it was over. Ah. Sorry for the back and forth, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't notice. I just didn't notice. I was so eager to be done with that. Let's see, let me continue climbing, I guess. Headed towards where I was going to begin with. Maybe right here. Nothing happens when you pour out the Ent draft. And now I'm ready to go back. This time I will just jump down and go for it. Alas, nothing happened when you poured the draft upon the gardens. That is disappointing. It means that the gardens are truly lost. But wait, you say you saw a flower among the desolation? That is something. Okay, so that's going to do it for this episode. In the next one, I'm going to continue helping out everybody here in the Brownlands, continuing the epic storyline, all the good stuff. We're going to have a good time. So come back for the next episode.